Ah, yes. Trainspotting. The only movie that makes heroin addiction look like an extreme sport. It's loud, filthy, hilarious, and somehow uplifting? A film so energetic it could probably power a small Scottish village for an entire year. Directed by Danny Boyle, fresh off the success of Shallow Grave, this movie from 1996 is a chaos bomb that gave us Ewan McGregor before he discovered the Force. And an entire generation learned that the words choose life hit very differently after you've seen a man take a deep dive into a toilet. Our story follows Mark Renton, your friendly neighborhood heroin enthusiast, and his merry band of self-destructive degenerates. We've got Sick Boy, who quotes Sean Connery like it's gospel or something. Spud, well-intentioned, very nice guy, but irredeemably screwed. Begbie, basically a Scottish tsunami in human form with a pint glass. And then Tommy, who's just too pure for this world, which means he's fucked. They stumble through 90s Edinburgh chasing highs, stealing, cheating, lying, and somehow being ridiculously charming while doing it. Strangely enough, this film back in the day at Blockbuster was in the comedy section. I mean, who made that decision?
Damn!
Now let's be clear, Trainspotting doesn't try to glorify drugs. It showcases the chaos underneath them. Danny Boyle shoots the film like it's a fever dream. Surreal, grimy, and somehow beautiful. One second you're laughing at Spud's job interview disaster, the next you're staring at a baby on the ceiling wondering if you need therapy or an exorcist. The editing? Frenetic. The camera work? Borderline possessed. The soundtrack? Absolute fucking bangers. Iggy Pop, Lou Reed, Underworld, Left Field, I could go on. It's like the ultimate mixtape for making terrible decisions. You can't really talk about Trainspotting without referencing the Choose Life monologue. It's sarcastic, iconic, witty, and depressingly relevant. Renton's speech hits home like the world's angriest motivational poster. Then there's that toilet scene. The cinematic equivalent of a dare gone terribly, terribly wrong. Renton dives into Scotland's worst bathroom like it's the portal to Narnia, emerging with his stash, reborn and probably covered in several crimes against humanity. The scene is gorgeous in its lighting, the music, the tone of it, even though it's utterly ridiculous in its own right that this is even happening for real. While we're at it, let's not forget Renton's overdose scene. Horrifying, poetic, and shot like a literal descent into hell as his own grave takes shape around him as his body starts to slowly shut down. It's one of those moments that reminds you, Boyle wasn't glamorizing drug use in any way, shape, or form here. He was showing you exactly how seductive, horrifying, and eventually devastating this can be to people and their families and friends. Mark's fall from grace is a sobering reminder of how things can turn on a dime and literally ends up being a choice between someone's life or death. A truly terrifying aspect of this movie that most people overlook. Ewan McGregor is perfect as Renton. Charming, desperate, and self-aware enough to know he's a screw-up, but not enough to stop being one. Robert Carlyle as Begbie is genuinely terrifying, like a grenade with a Scottish accent wielding a pint glass as his weapon of choice. Ewan Bremner's Spud is both tragic and hilarious, and Johnny Lee Miller's Sick Boy gives sleaze a kind of weird confidence. Kevin McKidd's Tommy is the only redeemable one, but winds up a tragic figure as even he cannot escape the perils of the world around him. They're awful, awful people, but somehow you love them anyway. In the end, Renton steals the cash, betrays his mates, and walks into the sunrise, finally choosing life. Or maybe just choosing to run again. And that's the point. Trainspotting isn't about redemption. It's about survival. It's about clawing your way out of the muck and hoping you come out cleaner on the other side. The film defined a generation, made Ewan McGregor a star, and proved that the Scottish accent is both beautiful and completely unintelligible without subtitles.
Are you kidding me? I'm not the type of cunt that goes looking for fucking bother, like, but at the end of the day, I'm a cunt with a pool cue and he could have a fat end in his puss anytime he fucking wanted, like.
Trainspotting from 1996. The most fun you'll ever have watching people absolutely wreck their lives. Choose life. Choose chaos. Choose this movie. If you enjoyed this Blockbuster favorite, give it a like, subscribe for more deep dives on old classic films, and remember, if Begbie offers you a pint, just say no.